Good afternoon again. I think most of us are in the room, but yeah, we can start. As I said earlier on, my name is Lungelo. I'll be your host for today, and my work is a little bit simpler and also easier. I'm going to introduce our speaker today, whom we are very grateful to have around. Her name is Emma Liang. She will be giving us an overview on the total cost of ownership from Mindray, which is one of our gold corporate members. And the topics that she'll be covering will be global development of total cost of ownership. She's also going to be touching on the opportunities and challenges for hospitals that are facing the TCO, which is total cost of ownership, and also share some knowledge on how should hospital deal with the total cost of ownership going forward. And lastly, she will explore enterprise services solutions in the response to total cost of ownership. So a short CV about Emma Liang, that she has got 10 years of service experience in the field of biomedical engineering, lecturer in the consulting and training for full life cycle management of medical equipment. And she's got a well-profound research experience when it comes to life cycle of management. So without wasting any time, maybe before I can hand over to her, we will be taking some questions. I would like to invite our members to post it on the group chat. We will attend to them as soon as the presentation is over. So Emma, welcome. And thank you for sharing this information with us. I'm going to hand you over to my colleagues who are clinical engineers in the meeting room.
Thank you, Nicola. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Emma Liang from Mindray Medical. Good afternoon, everyone online. I'm work in the Global Medical Engineering Department Research Department from Mindray, mainly research the full life cycle management of medical equipment. Today, I'm honored to share with expert online about the total cost of ownership is TCO. If you have any questions, I hope we can discuss them after the online talk. Okay, as shown in this slide, I will mainly discuss the following parts. Firstly, I will look at the history and the development of TCO. Why are more and more medical institutions paying attention to total cost of ownership, TCO? Taking St. George's University Hospital in the UK as an example. It was established in central London in 1773. By 2024, the hospital have 1,300 beds and 9,000 staff and 4,500 nurses. But when we talked to the head of medical engineering, he said that among the many problems faced by the hospital, the most common is money. Hospitals always need to do more work, but receive less funding. This is a present issue. Another one is the labor force. Different reasons have led to the decrease in the number of hospital technicians. For example, due to the cost control, opportunities for nurse training are decreasing and the number of available nurses is decreasing. So, Medical Corporation is headquartered in Shenzhen, China, and it is a global company. It provides equipment and solutions for hospitals around the world, such as Royal Edinburgh Hospital in the UK and the Toulouse Hospital in France. We have conversation with experts, professors, and hospital administrators in these places. We found that they have the same problems as a staff shortage, rising needs, limited resources, and high operation cost. All hospitals are very concerned about cost efficiency and quality. They all believe that achieving more work while cutting costs is a goal that every hospital wants to achieve. This is cost score. They stated that how to calculate TCO in medical equipment management can help hospital better plan equipment requirements. This can make equipment selection more efficient and accurate, reduce the possibility of equipment failure, lower maintenance costs, and improve hospital work efficiency. And Peter Robertson, they have been working in hospitals across the United States for over 13 years. He saved the hospital a lot of money by using TCO, up to 12 to 13% of the capital equipment costs. Bill Hockel and Michael Kintner also believe that hospitals can use TCO to reduce long-term costs and improve expenditure efficiency. In short, considering the TCO of equipment have been one of the best ways for hospitals to control the costs. The TCO series first appeared the Stevish railway system in 1904. In 1974, the U.S. Department of Defense first used the theory in a report titled Life Cycle Cost Calculation in Equipment Procurement. In 1930, by using TCO, they reduced equipment maintenance and usage cost by 50%. In 1992, the British standard began to adopt the TCO concept and apply it to equipment management, requiring manufacturers to provide TCO reports for their products. The Chinese government is very concerned about helping public hospitals save money. In 2020, the government issued a special policy to guide public hospitals on how to reduce cost. Throughout the history of TCO, we can see that it has been a closely watched topic by many countries around the world. Secondly, let's see what's the TCO. The definition of TCO is very simple. TCO is a method of calculating all related costs of an asset throughout its entire life cycle. TCO is also known as the total cost of ownership throughout the entire life cycle. To understand TCO, the key is to understand how medical equipment is managed from start to finish. By examining all costs that occur throughout the entire life cycle, you can calculate the TCO of a device. The two popular TCO models are the Hyper model and the Asperger model. Usually, we only focus on the purchase cost and overlook other costs. The Hyper model is easy to understand. When a hyper in the water, we can only see its head on the surface of the water. The head is like the cost of purchase, but the rest of hyper body underwater represents other costs. This model clearly displays the cost of different types of equipment, represents other the preparation and type. The iceberg model is similar. Our main focus is on the cost above the iceberg, such as purchase cost, operation cost, maintenance cost, and disposal cost. This will help us find better ways to control cost. So, will we encounter any problems in TCO management? For example, clinical department sometimes complain that the equipment they purchase is not truly needed. In addition, we often forgot about the labor cost of using equipment and the lack of improvement in work efficiency, which are both challenge and opportunity. By using TCO management, it's possible to maximize the value of equipment assets and make BME's work more valuable. The main objective of TCO is to ensure value for money for medical equipment throughout its entire life cycle. How to achieve this goal? There are two key concepts. Cost is cost and value. We hope to reduce the cost and increase the value. This means controlling the money, time, and the resources we spend on device from start to finish. We also hope to ensure that the equipment works as normally as possible when diagnosing and treating patients. The third, we can see how to calculate TCO. It's the main content. Like this slide, how to calculate TCO is contained three types. The step one, we need to consider all costs related to the equipment. This picture showed the cost of each item of medical equipment listed by Elliott Sloan. Step 1. Based on the experience, classify this cost with usually device costs into four categories. Contain purchase cost, operation cost, maintenance cost, and management cost. Step 3, we have created a TCO calculation table. In this table, we can compare the table of different brands and models of similar devices. These are the steps we recommend for calculating TCO. Of course, BMEs can also follow these steps to observe the actual uses of medical equipment in the hospital, create a TCO calculator, and calculate the TCO of the equipment. So we can see how to decrease the purchase cost. Merely quoting from supplier is not enough. The guideline for medical technology management provide us with a useful method. It categorizes device into four types, like this. Category A is high-tech and advanced equipment that requires special replacement parts, such as CT scanners and MRI machines. Category B is medium-sized technical equipment that requires special parts, such as ventilators and ultrasound machines. Category C is low-tech equipment that only require simple parts, such as operating room lights. Category D is simple devices and furniture that either require very new parts or don't need them at all, such as thermometer. Once we know which category the new device belongs to, we can consider other costs of purchasing, including setup, uses, and training cost. As shown in the right table, we can see this significant difference in the first purchase cost for different types of equipment. Therefore, we do need to spend time carefully studying and calculating this cost. Then, how to decrease the operation cost? When you buy equipment, it's important to think about how much it will cost to run it in the future. Doing this can help keep the overall cost as low as possible. Why it's so important to look closely at operation cost? We have found 4 main reasons. The budget is much advanced so that you have enough funds and don't run out the inventory. Batch purchase to seal purchase funds. Only necessary items are purchased. For items that are not easy to store, purchase them in a proper amount to ensure they are used up before the expiration date. How to calculate the operation cost? Engineers can use 2 methods: rough estimation and the price necessary analysis. How to roughly estimate operation cost? Operation costs depend on the type of equipment used and the service provided and how many patients there are. Secondly, based on the equipment type and the purchase cost or inventory value is impressed as percentage. See the right table. Thirdly, the equipment with low consumable uses rate can account for the inventory value 3%. In terms of training cost, in order to maximize the use of equipment and help employees learning new skills, the BME teams needs to plan training and develop a budget according to status. If employees don't receive training, the shortened lifespan of equipment due to incorrect uses and maintenance methods will result to 30% to 80%. The cost of continuous training should account for about 5% of the remaining value of the equipment. In addition, international JCI standards require hospitals to develop training programs for the use and maintenance of medical equipment. These plans include one on-the-job training and other key training programs. So, how to calculate the training cost? Firstly, divide the cost into 3 parts. Then carefully examine the cost, required time, targets, and the number of participants. By following the training plan recommended by the device manufacturer, you can add up all training costs during the device uses. In the terms of consumables cost, you can view past expense and compare them with the expected number of patients and equipment frequency. It's a model called cost estimation model for multiple small and medium-sized equipment consumables. We can see The average cost of consumables will change year by year, but it can still be estimated based on past uses. When creating a cost table, list all different types of consumable. Then, by calculating the overall annual losses and cost, we can see you can understand the consumables expense throughout the entire life of equipment and use it to reach long-term supply agreement with suppliers to save your money. Like this table, of course, Mindray devices have option of not using oxygen cylinder. The last is upgrade cost. It depends on the development mode of clinical department and the patient needs, and is difficult to calculate. Engineering can communicate with equipment suppliers about what upgrades can be made to existing equipment and what cost is. Similar is a model that can understand the cost of upgrades. In order to make small and medium device work better and assist in diagnosis and treatment, new factors need to upgrade every 2 to 4 years. When creating an upgrade cost table, we can first view the main update types and then ask the supplier for a quote to obtain the upgrade cost. In addition, the person in charge of medical equipment can add more types of operation cost based on the actual uses of management. Then we can see how to decrease the maintenance and management cost. In the terms of maintenance cost, it mainly includes the cost of repairing damaged equipment and the cost of planned preventive maintenance. The cost of maintenance determines the lifespan of equipment. So, how do we calculate maintenance costs? WTO's guidance for medical technology management, medical technology planning and budgeting states that estimates can be made based on the service life of equipment and by examining cost models used in other countries. When it comes to creating a maintenance cost table, there are two main parts. When you can request suppliers to provide costs for repair cost and planned preventive maintenance costs. In terms of management costs, WTO proposes that it's all expense required for hospitals to maintain the normal operation of hospital equipment, including payment for management. Including payment for management staff and the materials used in daily operations. Similarly, these costs are difficult to accurately calculate and must be estimated. When you create a table to display these costs, you can estimate them based on the year and the percentage of the total cost. Next, let's see the exploration of TCO from Mindray. Last year, we invited BME experts from around the world to conduct a TCO seminar and believe that In addition to striving to reduce the total cost of ownership of hospital equipment, attention also be paid to total value of ownership in order to fully utilize the diagnosed treatment and the operation value of the equipment. Lower TCO means less total expenditure, while TVO means the economic value, functionality, efficiency, and innovation brought through by the product or service. The TCO and the TVO model is a very useful method for understanding the value of medical equipment and sharing from only focus on TCO to considering TVO can help us obtain the best value from the equipment. So how to maximize TVO? Let's take a look at the left image. We have found that the BME is required in various aspects such as equipment management, equipment management, clinical needs, and efficiency and quality. By providing technical support for medical equipment, we can improve hospital diagnostics capability, enhance hospital operational capability throughout full life cycle management of medical equipment, and increase the hospital influence by integrating medical research and innovation. As a medical device manufacturer, Mindray not only hopes to reduce the total cost of ownership as TCO of its products, but also seek ways to increase the total value of ownership as a TVO of the device. This is the reason why Mindray proposed digital solutions. The solutions include AI, IT, and device. The main goal of Mindray's digitalization plan is to help hospitals save money and improve work efficiency. It's also aimed to ensure that patients can receive the same high-quality care anywhere and make patients and staff happier. The core of this plan is to get the TCO and the TVO method to help hospitals minimize costs throughout the entire life cycle of their equipment. In the file content, we can see the strategies and the solutions of TCO method. For TCO, hospitals should reduce costs and increase efficiency and maximize equipment efficiency. They call this as 4E solutions. Contain easy purchase, easy operation, easy maintenance, and easy management. The first one, easy purchase. Purchasing equipment is no longer just about meeting departmental needs. On the contrary, hospitals should use scientific methods to demonstrate why they need and obtain equipment that's both affordable and suitable. The best way is to purchase in bulk. The more you buy at once, the better you can negotiate with suppliers and save money. In addition, when making purchasing decisions, hospitals should use TCO series to calculate total costs in order to make more informed choice. For easy operation, hospitals need to use intelligent methods to help employees use equipment faster and more effectively to achieve optimal performance. For this reason, hospitals should choose equipment that meets the needs of their departments and can also be connected to digital systems, which can help equipment better diagnose and treat patients. For easy maintenance, when purchasing equipment, hospitals should inquire about maintenance costs and choose machines that don't frequently malfunction and are easy to repair. Then, based on one's own repair skills, choose the correct repair plan and consider all repair costs. The last is easy management. In addition, hospitals should manage equipment in a scientific manner throughout its entire life cycle, which can help improve equipment efficiency. Now, let's look at the specific details of these solutions. For the easy purchase solution 1, how can hospitals save money when purchasing equipment? The first method is one-stop procurement. This means purchasing a large amount of equipment at once. When hospitals do this, you can more power to negotiate price with sellers. The procurement manager from the United States once mentioned that if they can purchase other equipment from one brand, they can reduce the total purchase cost by 10 to 15%. For example, if a hospital spends $3 million annually on equipment, they can save at least $30 million. There are other benefits to one-stop procurement, at least on the left side of this slide. In fact, Mindray's entire product line of medical equipment can most meet the needs of various departments in hospitals. For easy purchase solution 2, how to use device management data to make more informed purchasing decisions. We can analyze data such as equipment usage, efficiency, peak time, and expert equipment usage time for each department. By examining this information, we can better organize resources. This helps us make more accurate purchasing decisions and ultimately save your money. For the easy operation solution 1, the goal is to reduce cost, improve efficiency, and be easy to train, use, diagnose, and treat. Simple training design reduce training costs. Simple uses design improve uses efficiency. And the simple diagnose and treatment design improved work efficiency. For example, Mindray devices have a train model that can teach customers how to use the device. Therefore, we reduce learning time to lower operating cost. And addition, our product has many other easy designs. In easy operation solution 2, intelligent connections and intelligent use of equipment can improve work efficiency. For example, medical device designed based on usage scenarios can simply workflows. The automation and the intelligence of medical equipment data recording can reduce medical workload. A large amount of recording and transactional work can be solved through IT networks, thereby reducing the daily working time of each nurse. For easy maintenance plan 1, choose equipment that is easy to maintain and repair to improve maintenance efficiency. The design of automatic self-checking functions can reduce the maintenance workload of departments. Simply, maintenance management design and improve maintenance efficiency. For example, the self-test of Mindray Analysis Machine A9 can reduce the start-up time by about 3 minutes each time, as shown in the picture on the right. In terms of maintenance design, at least 20 minutes can be saved each time. It's very valuable for every BME engineer. For easy maintenance solutions too, a reasonable maintenance plan can eliminate the hidden dangers of equipment and ensure the normal service life of the equipment at the same time. We need to provide original accessories and original factory training and original factory maintenance program to improve the health of equipment by complying with the biological clock of the equipment. The last is easy management solution. Intelligent equipment management can improve the efficiency of the whole process management. The MLT equipment management solution can control the equipment usage status, usage data, real-time location, fault, promote, and service life, and help hospitals achieve learn and efficient equipment management. Finally, I will share practical cases in the TCO method. From this slide, it comes from the cost model of a simple ventilator in a breather hospital. We can see that the purchase cost of these two products is the same, but the TCO difference between the two products can reach about 20%, which is why we focus on the full life cycle management of TCO. It's very interesting thing that's worth studying. After extensive experimentation, hospital management personnel, clinical staff, and BME can truly understand the total cost of ownership. For example, BME's use of TCO intelligent management device can make the purchase and repair process faster, allowing more time to focus on high-value work. In future, we believe more medical institutions can apply TCO and discover more value. So this is all my presentation today. Thank you, everyone online, for your listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you. Yeah, decision making and purchasing decisions. This will definitely help a lot. I can assure you. I think also I'm talking on behalf of my colleagues with regards to ensuring that whatever decision that we take is actually informative and also is based on something, not to just entertain any request that comes through our desk and then be pressured to actually action it. But to have such tools on our plate will help us a lot to make decisions. I'm looking at a few questions here on our post, and thanks, Jackie. I see you've responded to quite a few. Maybe if I can deal with the ones that I don't see responses to. There's one here from Zianda. It says, how does one calculate the cost and not running of the equipment, particularly the high value equipment? I don't know, Emma, do you have an answer for that?
It's consumables cost.
Emma?
Yeah.
We've got a question here from Zianda. She's asking, how does one calculate the cost of not running the equipment, particularly the high value equipment?
Let me think for a moment.
Hello, Emma and Raymond.
Hello, Raymond.
Hello, I think this question is about long use of the equipment into the TCO. I think if we take into account the cost when the equipment is not in use, presently, I think we should enhance the usage value of important medical equipment, such as CT scanner. For example, CT, if its normal daily operating time is 18 hours, we can increase the usage time of the equipment to create more value. So this is encouragement to increase the total value of ownership. This we call the TVO of the CT. So presently, I think that if the equipment is not in use, it should not incur additional cost. So I think memory for not use the not running not use of equipment memory we can consider to increase the TVO of this equipment. I think this is my answer. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Raymond. I will encourage maybe Zianda, if she wants more clarity, she can maybe reply on the text board. The other question also is, how does technology life cycle affect TCO on medical equipment?
Maybe I think this question is about the technology, how to influence the TCO of equipment. I think maybe first this is Emma Liang said in the PPT about the upgrade cost. This is important for us. If our technology have some change in the in few years, so maybe we can upgrade our equipment first and must consider the risk cost first. Next, maybe if the technology have will be change and change changes. So maybe we the equipment maybe disposal, and we also consider with the disposal the cost next. Maybe this is a great questions. So if you maybe next we will find this another more information about the technology, how to influence the equipment TCO. We will provide some we will provide more information for you. Okay.
Okay, no problem, Raymond. Just for our colleagues also, Mindray has allowed us to actually save this presentation on our platforms, which is Kiza. So if ever maybe there is any question that pops up later on, please feel free to send it to our administrator. We will convey the message or the questions to our Mindray team, and also we'll come back to you with answers. Then the next question is, do you think that cost of disposal should be part of TCO? If yes, how would you categorize, calculate, and incorporate this into decision-making processes?
Yeah, this question I answered in the text. Maybe it's too long to answer. So I write the answer on the text. You can see the answer. Maybe the disposal cost is the part of TCO. So we must consider the disposal cost. Emma Liang expressed the iceberg picture in the PPT. So maybe everyone can share can see the can analyze the iceberg picture. And whether or not disposal cost should be included in the TCO, we can refer to the following two things. First is that necessary to look at the local regulations and policies requirements for the disposal of medical equipment. In China, national regulations clearly require the medical equipment of public hospital must be scrapped according to state online sense and cannot be disposed of at will. And the disposal of medical devices is subject to a rigorous process and management process. Therefore, in China, public hospital disposal costs are basically not taken into account in TCO. But in memory, in the private hospital, this is very important cost for of the TCO. So different situation, we can find the disposal cost maybe consider different situation. This is my answer. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks, Raymond. I think we still got some few minutes. There's another one here which seeks to get clarity with regards to kind of warranties, support, and service agreement if they do have any effect on the TCO.
This question is about sorry, pardon. Maybe I must.
Okay, let me ask again. It says, what kind of warranties, support, or service agreement affect TCO?
Oh, this is depended on the what kind of warranty?
Warranties, yeah,
Warranty.
and support and service agreements, yeah, that affects the TCO.
Raymond, I'll answer the question. Okay.
Okay.
I suggest considering the maintenance cost of the equipment when purchasing it for the first time, including the maintenance process, accessory process, price, consumables process, price, and the maintenance time. The more detailed the consideration, the better the TCO analysis of the equipment, thereby reducing the TCO of the equipment. As for the terms and the content of the maintenance contract, I think the actual situation of the hospital and the specific requirements of the equipment contract should be considered, and the actual situations may be different in each place. This is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. I'm just quickly going through the chat box. I see there's a comment here from Rasquin Parker. He says, hi there, for a new piece of equipment on the market, how would you calculate TCO considering you have no database of patient usage and no way to calculate a return of investment?
Maybe this is about the new medical equipment. I think if you buy a new equipment of on the market, maybe there are another information about the risk equipment. First, maybe you didn't consider the TCO, and also maybe I think also we should consider the usage and the database of the patient of usage, and also I think so. My answer is that first for the new equipment we didn't consider the TCO, and maybe we want the manufacturer and also OEM can provide the TCO. Maybe if the company produce this product, then we will consider the whole life cycle for equipment, include the design and the service and the whole life cycle. So this is my answer. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Raymond. Yeah, I'm just quickly browsing through the questions there because I see some of us are also providing answers, which is quite good and interesting on this. Edison says the supplier or the manufacturer has an obligation to tell you how their device is to be disposed of. One way of doing this is to agree with the supplier that the disposal of that device at the end of its life, and that you can get a discount when you replace it with a new one. So I take this as a comment, Edison. Not unless if Raymond, you want to add maybe something on that.
Maybe I think this is for the disposal or cost questions. So as for how Mindray can help customers deal with the equipment, maybe you can consult the local sales team, and maybe the local sales team can provide the best equipment and the renewal policies. I think the sales team will be give you the best price, and also help you to dispose the equipment. I think this is my answer. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you. I see a comment also from Elias. I think he's asking about attendance register. Yes, you can get that. In fact, we are recording this session. So all activities are actually recorded, and you are welcome to contact our administrator, Data, after this session to get maybe that list of people that have attended. Yeah, I think that concludes our questions on the chat box. I will still encourage that if we've got anything of clarity that we might need, please feel free to contact Kiza on our platforms. We've got Dita, whom I'm very appreciative and thankful for organizing this session for today. And I'm pretty sure that when he receives those questions or comments, he will convey them back to you. As I said earlier on, this presentation will be available on our platforms. If maybe there's anything that you would like to revisit and get confirmation or clarity on, please feel free to check it. I would like to thank Emma, Raymond, and the rest of the Mindray team for giving us this information, sharing us their knowledge when it comes to total cost of ownership. And I'm pretty sure that we have gained a lot out of this. And yeah, thanks Raymond, thanks Emma, and please feel free next time if you've got anything to share to contact us on that. I think this brings our session to the end. I would like to close, and for any future presentation, please feel free to keep an eye on the KISA website. And thank you very much for attending. Good afternoon to everyone.